All right, so welcome to AI Podcast, everybody. We've got a really, really interesting week to unpack.
Yeah,
Week ending April 6th, 2025.
lots going on.
And, we want to make sure that all of you out there are totally up to speed on the latest and greatest in AI. So this is kind of your quick download
Yeah, quick
of
download.
all the big stuff. And then tomorrow evening, we're going to have a really deep dive into some of the technologies behind all this stuff.
Absolutely.
So be sure to tune in for that. But first up,
Yeah, let's get into it.
India's going crazy for ChatGPT. It's like one of OpenAI's fastest growing markets.
Huge growth.
I mean, massive adoption.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Because you've got this huge user base.
Right.
But the question is, how do you turn all those users into paying customers?
Right, exactly. And I think that's going to be the big challenge for OpenAI going forward is how to monetize this massive adoption that they're seeing.
It is, and it's interesting seeing these kind of like global adoption patterns emerge.
Yeah.
You get this initial excitement, and then the real challenge is making it sustainable.
Right. And we're talking about big numbers here. Over 700 million images have been created
Yeah.
by Indian users on ChatGPT.
It's a lot of pictures.
And it's all because of this trend, creating images in the style of Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, you see it everywhere.
I mean, it's crazy. And even OpenAI's COO has come out and said, look, India's really leading the way here.
It is fascinating to see how these cultural trends pop up and drive adoption.
Yeah, and 130 million users contributing to this visual explosion.
It really shows how accessible these tools are becoming.
Absolutely. Okay, so get this.
Okay.
Kevin Scott, the CTO of Microsoft,
Oh,
is
yeah.
predicting that in the next 5 years, AI is going to be writing 95% of all code.
Wow, that's a big prediction.
It is.
I mean, think about that for a second. 95%.
Makes you wonder what all those software developers are gonna be doing.
What does that mean for the future of coding?
Yeah, I mean, are they going to be writing code?
It's going to be more about the high-level stuff, right? Defining problems, designing systems.
Yeah, like the really creative problem-solving part.
Exactly, using AI as a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, speaking of big developments, OpenAI, they're planning to release GPT-5
Oh, wow.
at the end of May 2025.
That's soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's right around the corner. And the big thing they're saying is, a much deeper understanding of language,
Really?
more accurate context in its responses,
That would be huge.
and get the ability to work with different kinds of data,
Like what?
like text images, maybe even more.
Interesting.
I mean, think about what that could mean for marketing, for education.
Time-modal processing, right? That's the next frontier.
It is, and I think GPT-5 is really going to push that forward.
Yeah, if it can really understand and integrate all that different information,
Right.
the applications are limitless.
Absolutely. All right, so shifting gears a little bit, let's talk about healthcare.
Okay.
There's some really interesting stuff happening in Arunachal Pradesh.
Yeah.
The National Health Mission and Wadhwani AI have teamed up to launch AI-powered healthcare solutions in 5 districts.
That's great.
Yeah, and the focus is on catching diseases early
Crucial.
and making healthcare more efficient.
Especially in those rural areas.
Exactly. That's where it's really needed.
It's great to see AI being used to tackle real-world problems.
It is, and,
Yeah.
and an early diagnosis, I mean, that can make a world of difference for patients.
Absolutely. It can be life-saving.
Okay, but, all that excitement about the Ghibli images,
Oh, yeah. Everyone loves those.
it's actually causing some big problems for OpenAI.
Really?
I mean, Sam Altman, their CEO, he's actually asking for help publicly.
Wow. What's going on?
Well, the systems are getting overloaded.
Can't keep up with demand?
They need more GPUs. They need more computing power.
It's a classic scaling problem.
It is.
The demand for these AI services can be unpredictable.
Yeah. And when something goes viral like this,
You need the infrastructure to support it.
exactly, and that can be really expensive.
Yeah, GPUs are not cheap.
Okay, so on the topic of infrastructure,
Yeah.
there are reports that Microsoft might be hitting the brakes
Oh, really?
on some of their data center projects.
Interesting.
Yeah, places like Indonesia, the UK, Australia.
Big markets.
They are, and the speculation is that maybe they're worried about oversupply,
Could be.
or maybe they're rethinking their AI investment strategy.
It's a dynamic landscape. Things are changing fast.
They are, and it's smart for companies to be flexible.
Absolutely.
Now, this is interesting. Ant Group is taking a different approach to training their AI models.
Oh, how so?
They're using Chinese-made chips
Interesting.
and a technique called mixture of experts.
Mixture of experts. I haven't heard of that.
Basically, they're combining multiple smaller AI models.
Oh, so like a team of specialists.
Exactly, and it's supposedly more efficient.
Interesting. And I guess it also reduces their reliance on companies like NVIDIA.
That's right. They're trying to be more self-sufficient.
Makes sense in the current geopolitical climate.
Yeah, okay, last but not least.
Okay.
Midjourney, they just released version 7,
Oh, wow. I love Midjourney.
and they're claiming a massive speed boost for image generation.
That's great.
Their new draft mode lets you create images up to 10 times faster.
Wow, that's a game changer.
It is for artists,
Mm-hmm.
for designers. I mean, that's a huge improvement in workflow.
Absolutely. And it makes the technology even more accessible.
Exactly. All right, so one more thing.
Okay.
Meta has unveiled their new Llama 4 series of AI models.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they've got these cool names like Scout Maverick and Behemoth,
I like it.
and these are designed to work with all sorts of data, text, video, images, audio, you name it.
So multimodal from the ground up.
Exactly. And I think it shows that Meta is really serious about AI.
Yeah, they're investing heavily.
They are. And they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It's exciting to see these companies pushing each other forward.
It's a really dynamic time to be following AI.
Absolutely.
So there you have it, folks. Another whirlwind week in AI.
Lots to unpack.
We saw massive user adoption in India.
Incredible numbers.
Those Ghibli images are everywhere.
And causing some headaches for OpenAI.
They are, but it just shows the power of these AI tools.
Yeah, people are using them in really creative ways.
Absolutely. And then we had big announcements from Microsoft and OpenAI.
GPT-5 on the horizon.
That's right. And some interesting developments in healthcare and infrastructure.
Yeah, AI is touching every industry now.
It is, and it's only going to get bigger. So if you want to learn more about the technologies behind all this,
Yeah, the nuts and bolts.
be sure to join us tomorrow evening for a much deeper dive.
We'll be getting into the details.
That's right. Thanks for tuning in.
See you tomorrow.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.